Hello, and welcome to the Eye of the Empress and Tarot for today's tea break tarot session. Decided to dress up and wear one of my wigs today. I shaved my head like 5 months ago, and so now I play around with wigs a lot, and I've got like 20 of them. So you might see me with different hair at different times because it's a lot of fun and way easier than changing hair all the time. So as we have a full moon tomorrow, it's a full moon in Aries, and it is going to be the brightest full moon of the year. Aries is very much about the self. So the message I've been getting is that this is a time of really focusing inward, focusing on ourselves, really getting clear on what we want. And it's also a fire sign, so it's about taking steps in the direction of what we want, taking action. And this has been coming up in pretty much every reading. He's also the first sign of the zodiac, so I'm getting the sense that for some of us, it's about taking the first steps of something, of initiating something, of starting something. Maybe something we've wanted to do for a long time. But let's see. So please, while I'm shuffling, I'm suffering from shuffling. While I'm shuffling, please ask your higher self, your guides, the universe, angels, whatever it is that resonates with you personally, to be present during this reading. Oh, I just got covered in tingles. Ooh. Thank you for being here. And be sure to set any intentions for what you might want to get out of this reading today. I'm going to dive straight in because this is Tea Break Tarot. They didn't even want to wait for me to ask the question. So overall energy, healing and renewal. I am going to claim that. This is a collective reading, by the way. It might not resonate with everybody, but I trust that whoever is watching this reading, whoever has been attracted to it, has found it and chosen to press play, is here for a reason. So I include myself in that collective, so I get just as much insight out of these readings as you do. So the overall energy for this Aries full moon that we are having tomorrow on the 17th of October is renewal and healing. And if you've watched any of my previous readings, then there's been a lot about releasing and letting go of things. So perhaps this is the renewal following that. What is this full moon supporting us to do, please? What is this full moon supporting the collective to do? Reflecting pool, stillness. Interesting, considering I just said it's all about action. But I think this is about, like I said, reflecting on what it is that we want. Taking away all the distraction, taking away what other people want, what their opinions are, all of that push-pull, and really getting clear on what we want for our lives, for our relationships, for our career, for our finances. And starting to then take action that aligns with that. And what are we calling in with this full moon, please? What are we calling in with this Aries full moon on the 17th of October? Miracles, miracles. Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. Whatever a miracle may be in your life. My camera's blurry today. I've tried to fix it, but I don't know what's going on. Whatever you may consider to be a miracle. You know, could be maybe it's getting a job, maybe it's getting a home. I know in here and probably, I mean, really everywhere and all over the world, there's a real housing crisis. Maybe it's working something out in a relationship. Whatever it is, what is your personal miracle? Okay, and please show me, us, how it is that we implement this in this full moon. Moving forward, please. How do we implement what we learn or what we call in with this full moon? Flow. It's the only way we really ever can, to be honest. Yes, it's about taking action, but it's about flowing downstream, you know, not battling against something. It's going with the guidance of your higher self, of the universe. It's flowing with synchronicity and with divinely guided impulses. Underneath the deck, in what we don't expect, is freedom. I think so many of us feel so restricted all the time that we really don't expect freedom. We don't even know what freedom means to us. And again, this is about getting really clear on what do we want, where do we want to be going, what helps us to feel free and in flow. Because this is a season of renewal and healing. Learn the truth. It is through getting clear on the truth of this that we experience that renewal and that healing. In stillness, we've got good fortune. Reflecting on what that means to us. What does that mean to us? It means something different to everyone. What do you consider to be good fortune? Because it's not just talking about financial stuff. And with miracles, we have union. Coming into union with your higher self, perhaps. Could be physical union, whether it's romantic, platonic, business, some kind of collaboration. And with flow, we have financial security. Some abundance flowing in. And underneath, we've got rebirth. Ties in nicely with renewal and healing in what we are not expecting in our unconscious awareness. Freedom and rebirth. Hell yeah! Sounds fucking good to me. Alright, let's get into the tarot because I'm already at 8 minutes and I try to keep this to 15. It was going to be 10-minute tarot, but that's hard. Alright, can you please show me more about the overall energy of renewal, healing? What truths are we learning? Truth, Queen of Swords, clarity, truth. Communication. All right. What kind of renewal, healing? Oh, yeah. Healing that heartbreak. Painful situations, separations, things that have broken our heart. It's time to learn the truth about that. And by learn the truth, what role did we play in that situation? What actually happened? What is the truth? Have we told ourselves stories about a situation that aren't necessarily true? Because we tend to do that because we act from our triggers, from our wounds, from our unhealed parts. And sometimes we villainize people or ourselves in a situation when maybe that's not the truth. Something flipped over in here. Who is it? Who are you? Ah, the wise old hermit. Do we need to be spending some time in introspection? meditating on this full moon, looking inwards for that healing? Or is this about coming out of that state and shining our light for other people? Or both? Oh, yeah. Recurring nightmares, anxiety, sleepless nights. This is about a healing and a renewal of that energy. But this is not how we learn the truth. Overthinking, ruminating, telling ourselves stories. That's not how we learn the truth. We learn the truth by connecting to that greater part of ourselves who has the answers. But we can't always see them when we're in that state or when we're in this state. This is where we've been, I think. This is where a lot of us have been. We've been ruminating, isolating, thinking about heartbreak, trying to heal a heartbreak or wounds from the past, wounds from childhood, whatever it is. And now with this full moon, we get to come out of that repeating cycle, that repeating nightmare, and into a celebratory state where we come into union with other like-minded people. Can you please show me, or maybe this is union, like I said, with your higher self, whatever resonates with you. It's about celebration, happy times, coming out of that state. You know, it's kind of like a harvest, abundance, joy, emotional fulfillment. But we have to get clear on what that means for us before we can attract it. Can you please show me? That was a King of Cups, by the way. So there's something about emotion here in that stillness and getting more in touch with emotions. Can you please show me more about stillness and good fortune? What do we need to walk away from? This reflection on what good fortune means to us. Maybe it is a relationship. Maybe it is about, like I said, Aries is of the self, but the opposite sign of Aries is Libra, which is all about relationship, connection, collaboration. I'm a Libran. It's my birthday on Saturday. Getting clear on what this is for us. What is the Two of Cups? The choices we need to make in relationships particularly, and that's not just romantic relationships, could be business partnerships, but it does tend to be quite a romantic card. What do we need to walk away from, or what's walking away from us? What has walked away from us that has put us in this energy? However it resonates for you, this is reflecting on what hasn't worked, what we actually want, where we want to be, and the reasons why perhaps something has had to end, or we've had to walk away from something, or it's making a decision, because twos are about decisions, to walk away from something, whether it is a romantic relationship, a friendship, a job, a place that you live, whatever that might be. Definitely not going to be 15 minutes. Whoa, okay. Seeing things from a higher perspective. Stillness, pause state, suspension, enlightenment as we reflect on that. Four of Wands. What is our happily ever after? King of Wands. What action do we need to take? The King of Wands is fiery. He's action-based. He is not looking as much at the finer details, which can be a bit of a warning, but he sees the bigger picture and he goes for it. He goes for it. Aries energy, fire energy. How do we go after what it is we want once we've spent that time reflecting on what it is? That's what the energy is supporting us to do. And what are we calling in with miracles and union? The Lovers. Lovers card, union, miracles. If you are here, if what's coming up for you is a romantic union, happily ever after, in a love union, whether you're in one now or it's what you're wanting, you're calling that in. You're calling that in. It could be that you're calling in the miracle within a union of somebody making a decision. Could be connected to a Gemini. We don't have much major arcana here, actually. Only this and the Hermit so far. So that means, you know, that's a big thing. The Lovers. If you've been in a third party situation with the Queen of Wands, because that can represent that. But then you've also got the King and Queen of Wands here, which is divine counterparts, but God, that can be fiery. Could be third party situations, so there may have been somebody else involved and that could now be ending. Or again, the Queen of Wands is action based. She goes after what she wants, not always in the best ways, but she does. This is fire energy, going after what you want. But you've got the Queen of Cups as well here. So this is more about emotion, loving, caring, get in touch with emotions, emotional balance, being in touch with the emotions. They're part of her dress, but they're not overwhelming her. There's definitely some kind of miracle in love here. Overcoming conflict. Overcoming conflict. What action do you need to take to do that? Or has there been a conflict involving another person? Whatever it is, we're overcoming that with love and compassion and understanding to come together in union with somebody. And that might feel like a miracle to you. Okay, and can you please show me what steps we need to take? I've got the financial security card there with flow, but I think that I don't just associate that financial security card with finances. At one point I took it out of the deck because it kept coming out in ways that didn't make sense to me in terms of finances. And then I got the message that it's not just about financial security, it's just about security in general and stability. So with flow, we've got the moon, and the moon is very much about emotions. It can be about what's in the subconscious, needing to shine the light on that, bring that up. And that's where that stillness and that reflection and everything comes in. So it's doing our internal work and understanding our emotions, understanding what's in the subconscious. But the moon is, you know, it's also about flow. It's got that water there. The moon controls the tides, the flow in and out. We've got wish fulfillment with the Nine of Cups. Getting still, getting clear on what we want, that healing, that renewal. We're calling in those miracles. Oh, I'm covered in goosebumps. We need to get into that flow state and be secure in our emotions, having figured out what's going on. This is one step below the Ten of Cups. Keep thinking about that. Keep visualizing that. Imagine, what is your wish fulfillment? and get into the emotion of it, because that's how we create things on a vibrational level, is really getting into the emotion of it. So allow yourself to daydream, to imagine whatever it is that wish fulfillment is. Don't let the devil, Major Arcana for Capricorn, don't let the devil convince you that you can't have this. There's that element to it as well, but it's also overcoming this. So overcoming patterns, behaviors, habits, addictions, false beliefs that hold you back from having what you want. And the Lovers and the Devil card are very similar cards, aren't they? But here we are bound. Well, we feel like we're bound. He's not actually holding it, but bound to each other. Letting go of the grip, the control that we try and have in situations. That got to go. And that comes through that reflection, that renewal, that healing. One final card, please, for how we... this is a lot about doing the internal work. Protect yourself. Protect yourself. Stand up for what it is that you want. Don't let other people ever dictate that, which is easier said than done. This is about figuring out what it is that we want. And there's very much relationship based here, but you can apply it to other areas of your life as well. It's essentially about emotional fulfillment and coming together in union with other people, collaboration. But get clear on what you want, what you need to overcome that's, you know, perhaps deep down under the surface in order to have what we want. And once you figure that out, stand up for it, protect it. But don't have your defenses up so much that you're blocking out people that are trying to, the people that are being sent to you. Remember to allow things to flow to you. We want that freedom and that rebirth. And underneath the deck, we have the Six of Cups. That freedom, that rebirth comes from releasing the false beliefs, the developmental behaviors and patterns that we've been repeating. This has been coming up so much. It's time to release all of that. That's where the freedom is. That's where the rebirth is. And that's where we call in these soul connections with the Six of Cups. Once again, went longer as intended, but hey, maybe some people have a 24-minute tea break. Please like and subscribe if the video resonated with you. Have an awesome full moon. Try and do that reflection. Figure out what it is the fuck that you want. And stop holding yourself back from it. Talk to you again soon.